Welcome to the next installment of my Wellness Path Micropractice series. In this series, I share my go-to micropractices, short practices you can drop into your busy day, 5 minutes here, 5 minutes there. These micropractices will help you release deep, baked-in tension, dissolve chronic stress, calm your overstressed mind, and help you become more present, focused, and clear. Important steps on the wellness path. Today's micropractice is how to relax the hands. When I reference the hands today, I mean the wrists, hands, and fingers, areas of chronic tension for many. Much of that is due to working on a keyboard for hours a day. Holding the hands in positions like this for hour after hour, day after day, month after month, year after year, creates tension and stiffness in the muscles and other soft tissue in the hands and wrists. Plus, often when we're working on a keyboard, we're subject to other stressors, time pressure, deadlines, the demands of colleagues, customers, or clients, work-related conflicts, family pressure, often all at the same time. As we're banging away on a keyboard, those stressors can contribute to the tension we pack into our hands. That chronic tension can lead to stiffness, pain, and dysfunction in this vitally important part of our bodies. Not what we want on the wellness path. When we aim to relax the hands, it's helpful to consider there's a lot of moving parts. In each hand, we have 27 bones, 27 joints, 34 muscles, 100 ligaments and tendons, plus all the other soft tissue, connective tissue, vascular tissue, nerves, skin. That's a lot of parts that can carry tension. It's a lot of parts to relax. In today's micropractice, I'll show you how. Let's begin. So we'll do this micropractice seated. So find a comfortable seated position. If you've seen my micropractice how to sit, that'd be a fine way to sit. If you haven't seen it, I encourage you to watch that on YouTube, how to sit. So we're going to begin with a hand shape. So note, my hands are curved. There's a gentle curve to my hands. So they're not tense like this. They're not scrunched together. I'm aiming to have this gentle curve. And then from this gentle curve, we'll begin our first exercise, and that is stretching and bending the wrists, hands, and fingers. So begin to lightly stretch and release the stretch. Lightly stretch and release the stretch. Aiming to move within a range of motion that does not induce tension. So if you stretch and you feel tightness coming in, that's too far. If you bend and you feel you're starting to scrunch, that's too far. So you want to find this range of motion where you can move your wrists, hands, and fingers, but keep them soft. Lightly stretch, release. Stretch, release. Softening tense tissue, improving circulation of fluids, warming up all the joints with this gentle movement. And you may feel, there's parts of my hands that are moving smoothly and parts that are not. And the parts that are not may be carrying extra tension. You can find that out by doing this movement, and then give the parts that are carrying extra tension a little more attention, softening them, gently stretching and releasing, stretching and releasing. And you'll find that they soon too begin to move more smoothly. Bending and stretching the hands. Then after warming up our hands with bending and stretching, we'll do the second part of the exercise. It's called the Beak Hand. And the Beak Hand is a shape that's common in many martial arts and in many Qigong forms. And it involves touching the tips of the fingers to the tip of the thumb. So here, my hands are open. See, I have that gentle curve. And now I touch the fingers to the thumb. Now, depending on how tight your hands are, this may feel like a strain, and if it does, just back off. You don't have to touch initially. Just get as close as you can without strain. This will be stretching a lot of tissue in the wrist, hands, and fingers. So open the hand to that gentle curve and make the beak hand. Open, beak hand. Open, beak hand. Now this is the basic beak hand. Now there's another version we can do that adds a little more motion. We add some rotation of the wrist. Open, and then rotate the wrist, make the beak hand. Open, rotate the wrist as you make the beak hand. So this just adds a little more motion in the wrist. Two more. Last one. And then I encourage you to sit for a moment and feel how your hands feel. Do they feel a little warmed up, a little more mobile, a little more relaxed, a little less tense? And I'm not suggesting they feel any particular way, but I am encouraging you to check in and feel how your wrists, hands, and fingers respond to this practice. That's today's micro practice, how to relax the hands. I encourage you to try this. For starters, 5 minutes a day. Take a break from your keyboard and do 20 small bends and stretches of your hands, getting all those parts moving smoothly without strain. Then make the beak hand 20 times, aiming to move in a range of motion that promotes softness, not squeezing or straining. Soon, with a little practice, your wrists, hands, and fingers will feel more relaxed. Their movements will be smoother, and you'll be supporting the health of these vitally important parts of you. An important step on the wellness path.